How are you guys doing? Thanks for everybody joining us today in chat. Looks like we have Jimmy and Rick so far, but today we're going to be talking about Munchkin Warhammer 40,000. We have already kind of talked about the base set. We talked about some of the expansions like the Kilometer, and what was the other expansion that we went ahead and talked about? It was... I have it right here. Hold on. This one is going to be the Savage Sorcery one. The last one we had talked about was Faith and Firepower. So you can get both sets. You can one set and integrate it and everything. If you want to learn more about that one, you can go to the video for that. But today, we're going to be doing the Savage Sorcery and also the dice for it, the Chaos dice for it, which is really exciting. I always love I like the little Munchkin heads on the dice, and then you get special cards in here that kind of go with it and stuff. And we had talked last week about... Well, not last week. We had talked about the Kilometer, which is like another huge thing. But, of course, you guys are free to go ahead and ask some questions and stuff like that, or if you want to see something specific that I'm opening up, I'm here to help you guys out and show off the game. So let's go to the table. All right. And sorry, I have like a little bit of a cough, too. And we had actually... Oh, hello, Vincent. We had actually started talking a little bit in the comments about the new RPG show that Jimmy is doing on Wednesdays, which is really fun. They're doing the fantasy trip game and then adding an RPG aspect to it, which is like the surefire way to do that. It makes everything so nice and simple. So, in this set here, you get 2 decks of cards. Here's your little rules here. Let me just double check to see if there's anything special here. It talks a lot about the army cards and stuff, so I'm assuming we're getting some army cards here whenever I do these box openings. It is always brand new to me, guys. I usually do not know exactly what's in these things because I like being surprised by it, you know? Dice, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's like where it's at right now. Steve Jackson is making all sorts of super cool dice. On the Deadly Doodles campaign, they have kitten dice, with little like cat feet for the pips, and they have meeple dice, which are little meeples for the pips and stuff, which are so freaking cute. I don't know how nobody's done that before, honestly. Like, that seems like a no-brainer at this point. And they have robot dice. Like, they have a dice pre-order, I think, that came up where you can pick up like Halloween dice, and there's Z-Shot, I think. And I was looking at it earlier today. There was a whole bunch of really cool stuff. The little Army Men dice, which I really like too. They had like the little pips on those are different, and they have Army Men on them and everything. Super cute. All right, so here's the 2 decks. I'm going to separate them into Doors and Treasure cards, guys. And of course, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm here to answer them. Okay, so Doors on the left and then Treasures on the right. So that's about what you're getting. They're actually pretty even as far as like doors and treasures. There's not too many more doors than treasures there. I always really enjoy the treasure cards. I like equipping my Munchkin for craziness, you know? That's how it is. You equip your Munchkin for crazy. Okay, let's take a look at the treasures because I really enjoy looking at these ones. We have a Frag Storm. An Icon of Flame. Play during combat +4 to help the Munchkin side. We got some loaded dice. I like this loaded dice here. Look at that. We need more of those. Why hasn't Steve Jackson Games made a dice that is called the loaded dice? Like, I feel like there should be one of those out, right? No, Vincent. Robot dice do not roll themselves. Although, like, the robot dice are really cool looking. They have, like, little ray guns and, like, robots on them and stuff. And I think that those are also the ones where you can roll them. And they have, like, little dots on them that determine, like, a 3-sided dice or something like that. So if the dice are your thing, we opened up a pre-order store for all the new dice. Thank you so much for adding that in there, Jimmy. Yeah, absolutely. The pre-order dice link, like, that is where it's at. Guys, I looked at that today, and it was super awesome. Here's another loaded dice there. I love the way that these cards look. Yeah, right? We need some more of those. They look fantastic. Here's a reloaded dice. That one just looks scary. This is supposed to be green, guys, so sorry. It's like a green monster looking dice here with eyeballs on it. Isn't that cool looking? Like, we need some more of those. We have a Sky Spear missile. That's a +5 in combat. Healing bombs. What are these healing bombs? So, play after you lose one or more levels to a curse or bad stuff. You may draw one face down card from either deck. Well, that's nice. We got some wishing rings in here. This one just looks cool. Yeah, the dice on the pre-order stuff, I went through there and I was like, oh, I need some of these, I need some of those, I need some of these. And they have the really sweet metal dice on there that we previewed at Gen Con. So if those really nice Norse Foundry metal dice are your jam with the Munchkin heads, or like the little, what was it? They had some with the Munchkin heads and then the Illuminati symbol on them. Oh, and the Cthulhu ones were fantastic looking, guys. Like, oh my goodness. Here we have a jump pack. Play before you roll to run away from one or more monsters. You get away automatically, and if there's another Munchkin in the fight, they must still roll. So it's just you. I mean, it's all about you in this game, right? We have saddle shoes. Man, those are some I don't know how well the green's going to show up on that, but those are heck of crazy shoes, guys. We have some hooves. Have you ever seen cosplayers wear hooves? Like, that has to hurt your feet, right, guys? I don't know. Maybe you guys don't know. Like, I always look at the people who are like satyrs and stuff in cosplay at Comic-Con and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, how do you stand on your tippy toes all day? We have supercharged, flickering flames. This is a fire flame attack. A Fang of Morkai, Power Scourge. You may discard up to 3 cards, giving this weapon an additional +2 for every discard. That's a really good card to have in your hand there. We have a Psychic Hood. It's like not a Cerebro, but I mean, it looks like it would be really cool, right? We have a Force Staff. This gives you a +3 or a +5. The Force Staff may be used one-handed for the lower bonus or two-handed for the higher bonus. How would you wield, like, a one-handed staff? That'd be, like, much harder to wield, right, guys? I don't know about that. Maybe just, it's way better two-handed anyway. We have Master Crafted, which is like the army knife of the Swiss Army knife of all blades here. Place this card with any item that gives you a combat bonus. That item is now the Master Crafted whatever, and it gives you an extra +3 in combat. It is also worth an extra 200 gold pieces if sold. This card goes with the item if it is lost, stolen, or discarded. That's a really cool one. I like that Master Crafted. You have Master Crafted anything. Wolfguard armor. This would be another really cool one to wear, like, at Comic-Con. We have the Book of Magnus. You may discard this while you are fighting alone to end combat immediately, either collect rewards or run away. You may not be used in the winning level if the winning level is at stake. So that could just kind of null some stuff, but it's also a +3 bonus on that. So you can go ahead and keep it, and then it looks like you can discard it and then use the ability on that one. Terminator armor. I'm looking at what its knee says. I got slightly distracted by the knee. We have a True Claw. We have the Staff of the Stormcaller. The Disc of Tsunichi. I hope I said that right. This guy looks cool. Storm Fang Gunship. The Magnus Helmet. The Scarab Occult Knopish. We have a Soul Reaper Cannon, the Tempest Hammer. The Tempest Hammer has an extra +4 against Chaos Monsters. That would be a really good one there, too. Yeah, no, those little tiny shoes that they make, like with the hooves and stuff like that, you literally walk on the balls of your feet. It's so freaking crazy. Like, I don't know. I'm not down with that. I need to be comfortable at Comic-Con. Nobody needs that. Oh, thanks, Jimmy, for... You're going to have to sound that out a little bit more, a little bit better for me. Zinich? Zinich? Hopefully that was it. I need, like, the phonetic spelling of that. We have, let's see here, a plus, an extra +3 if you are 1,000 sun, cannot be used in combat against chaos monsters, and if you fail to defeat them, you die. I break for nobody. It's a big vehicle. It's Tsitsia's Revenge. We're just going to call it the Revenge Pyramid for now. That's the thing about fantasy places, guys. Like, you got to know how to say everything for that stuff. Like, going through the Tolkien books and everything, whew, when you're a little tiny kid, man. Yeah, comfy shoes at Comic-Con are a must for me. I'm not messing around at Comic-Con. I'm getting all sorts of loot from there. And I don't have time to be uncomfortable. Learn from experience. Play after you've lost an item or an item to a curse or bad stuff. I like that one. It's like my life motto. We have another learn from experience, go up a level card. We have swear oath upon the great Annulus and traverse the formless path, go up a level. Ooh. You could go into what, like your spirit form on that one? All right, so those are your lovely, lovely treasure cards there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the door cards. And let me flip one of these over here so you can kind of see what they look like. I always like the backs of these cards here because I like the armory on this one. I think it's really fun. Okay. Curse, Murder, Lust. You may not roll to run away from a monster when you have an unplayed one-shot with a combat bonus on the table. Ouch. Wow, you just go crazy and you have to murder everything, no matter the cost. Curse of the Wolfen. Everyone loses a level. Space wolves also go berserk. They get a +5 against the next monsters they face, but may not use one-shots or run away from that monster. If there are other monsters after the first, they run away normally from them. They may cancel the effect by discarding the Space Wolves card or by using a Wishing Ring. That's really interesting. Space Wolves. So, are Space Wolves new in here? I don't remember Space Wolves from before. I'm going to take a quick look through here. Because if they're adding Space Wolves to this one, like, I'm 1,000 times down with this. Hold on here. Hold on, guys. Yes! Space Wolves. Okay, fast recovery. At the end of any turn where you lose one or more levels, you may draw a face-up treasure. And then Apex Predator. +3 when in combat with one or more monsters whose individual level is greater than yours. Oh, I love it. These guys are awesome. Okay, so here's your Space Wolves. And this is going to be your new army class here. They also have 1,000 Suns here. So you're going to get some of the normal ones here that come in the regular set there. But then you're also going to get these other army classes here, which we have 4 Space Wolves. We got some 1,000 Suns here. Psychic Fury, discard a card to the effect of every curse you play on an opponent. Ouch. And let's see here. Chaos monsters that you add to a combat have +3 each. So that one's a really nasty card to have. Holy cow. Like, that's rough. Yeah, that army is brutal right there. Okay, and then we have, like, the Tyrannid and the Ultramarine and stuff like that you're going to have in there. Let me go back through these guys up here. Curse! Only in death does duty end. Replace the bad stuff of the next monster you face with you're dead. You have Curse, Soul Flare. Curse, the Flesh Change. If you have no army now, this curse has no effect otherwise. Go back through the discard pile, starting with the top discard. The first army that you come to replaces your current army. If you go through the discards without finding an army, you just lose your own army. Oh, so sad. Curse, the Wolf Eye Blinks. You have -5 on next combat, and keep this as a reminder until then. We have the reserves. Play any time to draw 3 face-down door cards. We got some Wandering Monster cards here. That guy under there. Okay. We have the mounted +5 to monster here. We have using a stratagem. And that's a +10 to monster on that one. We have, let's see here, Stable and Unplugged. And let's see here. Okay, are all these monsters? Let me double check. We'll go through the monsters last. We have some alliance cards here. And these ones here are going to give you where you can do 2 armies instead of just 1. Or 1 army with none of the bad stuff that comes with those, which is always nice. We have some cheat cards here. We have Cursed Anti-Cooked Die, or Anti-Cocked Dice. Right there, we have a Baleful Vortex. Lose an item currently giving you the highest combat bonus. In case of a tie, choose randomly. Aww, that's always so sad. Let's see here. Blood Angels are my fave. I got a ton of minis painted from my Space Hulk days. Happy days. Oh, Blood Angels. Where does that come from? See, I'm not super familiar with the the Warhammer background and stuff. I know a little bit about it from like Shadespire and stuff like that, but that would be really cool. Otherwise, maybe you're talking about something else. I don't know, Vincent. You tell me. What else do we have here? We have fuel shortage. If you don't have a vehicle, you have a -5 to run away from your next fight. And Cursed Lone Wolf. You may not ask for help in your next combat. Now, these are going to be your monster cards here. We have the Cyber Familiar. We have a Warp Familiar. These guys are cute. And this one here will not fight 1,000 suns. It just drops a treasure and vanishes into the warp. So you have some ones that aren't going to fight Space Wolves and the 1,000 suns. And then you have this one here, which kind of gives +4 and +8 against them. We have a Blood Claw, a Flamer, immune to fire and flame attacks, okay. And we have, a Chaos Spawn. This guy is cool looking. When this enters combat, roll the die. Even results count as a bonus for this monster. Odd results count as a penalty whenever another monster joins the fight. Reroll the die and apply the new result instead. That one's a really cool looking one. We have an Inquisitor, a Swiftclaw. Ooh, what's the Screamer? +5 against anyone without headgear. That makes sense. Because he screams, guys. Move him right there. Okay. And we have some Flesh Terrors. That's rude. That's not something you want. +3 if there's at least 1 Chaos Monster in the fight. Fire and Flame attacks do double damage. And he's a level 5. Aw, Space Puppy. This is adorable. +3 against 1,000 suns. Bad stuff. Sadly, it's not housebroken. Ooh, lose your footgear. Gross. Oh, okay, that's my favorite card out of this set. The Space Puppy. He's so ridiculous, guys. We have a Rune Priest and a Wolf Priest. We have a Thunder Wolf, +4 against anyone not wearing armor. We have, what else? A Void Whale. Ooh, he's cool looking. Okay, +5 against anyone who does not have a vehicle. He's a big guy there. And then bad stuff, you are squished flat, i.e. dead. No one may loot your corpse because you're crushed under a whale. I mean, obviously, guys. A Scarab Occult Terminator. We have if Rubik Marine is also in the fight, the Scarab Occult Terminator has a +10 bonus. Ouch. That's rough. That's super rough, guys. Okay. I want to see what the really high level ones are. Magnus the Red. -4 against 1,000 suns. Will not pursue level 4 or below. And then bad stuff. Space Wolves are dead. All other players lose 3 levels. Holy cow. That one's not good. Not good at all. Nobody wants that. Oh, that would be rough, right? Because you don't want them to win, but you also don't want them to lose and get the bad stuff, like if you're close on that, you know? That would be a super lose situation on that, guys. We have Logan Grimnar. Gets +2 for every Space Wolf player not currently in combat. -4 against Space Wolves and will not pursue anyone of a level 4 or below. And we have the Mutellith Vortex Beast. Whenever you play a card that would help or harm this monster, roll a dice. On a 1 or less, discard a card without effect. Will not attack a level 3 or below. Ulrich the Slayer will not pursue level 3 or below. Nigel Stormcaller. This is cool because it looks like they added the hero cards and stuff like that to this particular set, which is actually really cool. Okay, cannot be added to a fight including chaos monsters or have chaos monsters added to this fight. Will not pursue a level 2 or below. And Bjorn the Fell-Handed, +4 against Thousand Suns or Death card, +8 against both. Those are cool. I like this set a little bit more than the other one, I think. Personally, just because Space Wolves, guys. Yeah, no, definitely down with the Space Wolves. So, this is the other piece here that you can end up getting. This is Chaos Dice, and we have Chaos Dice, the 2 expansions, and then the Kilometer that have been added to this set. And I usually really enjoy these dice sets here because the cards that you end up having in here usually apply directly to the dice, and you have to add those into your game. And I really like that. It makes things so much fun. All right. Get out my trusty knife here and hopefully not cut the cards. That's always the worst, right? You don't want to like harm what you're opening, but you also want into what you're opening. It's like everything I open ever. At least these aren't packaged in a like in plastic as well, because sometimes when you have like just a few cards like this packed in plastic, I have a hard time opening it. But these are not, so I'm super excited. So here are the dice. They're super pretty. They're like, this shows up a little bit darker, I think, on camera. This one is, it's not black, but it's definitely like a dark green, I guess like a foresty green sort of color, maybe a little darker than a forest green. And then this one here is not quite as baby blue as I think you guys are seeing it on camera. It's more like a gray blue color, like a steel color here. And all of them are going to have little munchkin heads on the one here. And that's a really pretty dice set. I like those guys. Okay, let's get the trash out of the way. So it comes with 4 cards in here that you can add to your game. You're going to have 2 treasures and 2 door cards that are added. Let's see here. The first door card here is Curse, Grim Darkness, lose a level. And then we have Merciless, plus 2d6 to a monster. Play during any combat, roll the dice, 2 dice, and add the sum to one monster's combat strength. If the monster is defeated, draw an extra treasure card. That's nice. And if you guys don't know and you ever want these like separated or anything like that, they always have a little icon on the bottom here that notes where these cards came from. Like, here's the icon for this set, the Chaos Dice set, and then there's the icon for that set. As you can see there, you got one there and then one here. So, like, it makes it super nice and easy to separate cards when you're flipping through them. Yeah, the sharpened nails help out a lot, Vincent, when opening things, okay? Oh, we have the critical save. So the critical save, play when you are required to roll a dice. You may re-roll up to 5 more times using a different dice from this set each time, but you must give a card to any opponent of your choice for each re-roll. And this is usable only once. But that's really cool. Like, if you really needed to make a saving roll, that's how you would do it, right? And then we have +2 or +5 for Necrons, Necronomicon. Okay. Like, the puppy card did a really good job of being cute, but this is really cool. I like the Necronomicon. So, you get an extra +3 when fighting a monster with tentacles in the art. This is a one hand. Oh, I like that. That's awesome. Okay. So, out of both of the sets, I mean, if you are like super in love with Warhammer 40,000, then like, this is the way to go. You get all the cards, you get all the goodies and everything because you need the kilometer for your game. It's like a must-have. The dice are so much fun. You can use the dice in Warhammer and stuff like that. Like, I mean, you can use those dice anywhere. But this is a really cute set. I like the Savage and Sorcery set a little bit better, guys, for myself. If you need to know which icon goes to which, you can find that on the Munchkin website at munchkin.game/gameplay/icons. Thank you so much for dropping that link, Jimmy. Yeah, if you have like a random card that you found somewhere, or you are going through a set and you're like, oh man, like I don't remember where this went to, because a lot of the Munchkin cards do have regular Munchkin card backs. Or if you're trying to separate, I know like I put like the Pathfinder set together with legendary and like sets like that sometimes. You can go through all of those and just look through all the little icons on the bottom and just specifically separate them like that. It makes it super fast and easy for that. This Munchkin set is certainly floating my boat for sure. Absolutely. I've talked to some of the Warhammer players and stuff, and they really enjoy the punniness and just kind of the stuff that they've added to this one. And of course, John's art for this set is just so adorable. I love how he draws the orcs and stuff. And in this expansion right here, the Savage Sorcery, I'm super down with Space Wolves, guys. Like, I'm not gonna say I'd play this set specifically to be a Space Wolf, but I would definitely play the set for Space Wolves for sure. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't checked out all of the cool stuff that we've mentioned today, Jimmy has dropped a whole bunch of links in the comments, so you can check out our Deadly Doodles 2 campaign if you're interested in that, where we have Meeple dice and we have Kitten dice on there, and we have dice bags, and we also have the expansion to Deadly Doodles with new maps that are coming out, 3 new maps, and it's a 4-player game. So it's like you get map 1 for all 4 players, you get map 2 for all 4 players, map 3 for all 4 players as well. We also have the dice pre-order that's going on, which is super awesome as well, and you can pick up, I believe I saw Z-Shot on there. So that's the dice game that has like those little bullet dice in them. And I had the dice over here somewhere, but I actually put them away already. But they have like little bullet dice with them, which is really cute, that I'm probably going to do something on. But you can end up getting that through the pre-order system as well. And again, dice bags, and then they have the army dice on there, which are really awesome. So you guys should check those out. Like, Steve Jackson is offering so much cool stuff right now. You know? And I think the dice pre-order was saying that, would it be deliverable by December? I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and check. I thought it might have been. Don't take me 100% at that. I'm going to have to go back and look. But make sure to check those out. We have lots of links down in the comments here. And I will see you guys all on Thursday as we open up something else. And make sure to check out the new RPG show on Wednesdays that Jimmy is actually running. I'm super excited. I need to get caught up on it. They did their 2nd episode this week. And they also did like a little how to play, I think, on maybe like the Melee set or something. Oh no, character building. How to character build. That's what they did. So I'm excited to check that out as well. So make sure to go ahead and look at that. Yes, mid-December is what the pre-order says, Jimmy says. So if you're looking to get somebody some dice for the holidays, that might be a good idea, you know? Or at least have new dice for the new year. Everybody needs new dice for the new year, right? All right, guys, I will see you guys next week.